Hey everyone, so I am back again for an episode of Catfish, Season 8, Episode 66, Reese and Jesica. So, Reese is 30, lives in New Jersey, and I'm just like, dude, you're a fucking trainer. He tried to make it sound all fancy and shit, like you're a goddamn trainer. Just fucking say that. Like, just say you're a personal trainer and leave it at that. I mean, I think like we're both the fucking same age. Like, bitch, it's a fucking trainer, okay? You're just a personal trainer at this point. I'm sorry, but shut up. Like, please, like, calm down. So anyway, so 5 months ago, he gets a message from Jesica, Jessica Fox, and they've never even met up, and they live less than half an hour away from each other. So, he's just wanting to figure out what the hell's going on. So they go to New Jersey, meet up with Reese, and he says to them, Nev and Kamie, I tried to video chat on Instagram, because that's where that's where we started talking, but she didn't answer, so then she tried to call him back there, and he didn't answer, so he eventually gives her his number, and while she does call, his phone was on silent, so he missed the phone call, and anyway, so she leaves a voicemail, but he claims like it sounds like a Google voice, and what I think he meant was that it's a Google phone number. It's like a Google VoIP number, maybe, and so, and it's like it doesn't sound like the voice is weird, because they listen to the voicemail and Kane was like, it doesn't sound weird, it just sounds like a normal voice. So that's why I'm like, I think what he meant was that it's a Google VoIP number, not a voice, but VoIP, VoIP. So yeah. Anyway, so what's interesting is that it's a DC phone number or area code. So Kamie's thinking, one of two things. Either she had someone speak on the phone because the voice is that of the same gender as the catfishy, aka Reese, or it's the person on the voicemail is someone that Reese wouldn't know because they've never met him, and so that's why they didn't get on the phone themselves, because they know who, like, they both know each other and all that stuff. So so they then kind of leave to go begin their investigation. They start with a picture search, and straight away the second picture comes up with an Instagram page that isn't the one that he has. It has a different name and city on it. So, I mean, because they're pictures of the same girl, but it's not the same name and it's not the same city. So I think it's like in Florida or something, or what I'm left to assume, and the name is like Dee or something like that. So, so they feel like it's safe to say it's not the same person that he's talking to. They search the numbers on Cash App, specifically the second number first, and the name on the Cash App profile that comes back is Raven. So they search Raven's name on Google and come up with an Instagram page. This Instagram page states that she's a real estate agent, and I think that she lives in DC. And then so they then search the phone number that was on the Cash App in Google, and a site comes up with the same name, Raven, but it lists a whole separate Instagram page than the one they had just seen on like 5 minutes before. So and this like Instagram page says she's a singer, and she has like an Apple Play song or something like that, and so they noticed a woman named Veronica had made a comment on one of the posts, saying let's meet up for brunch or something. And so they message her, and within minutes, she calls back, gets on FaceTime, says that she has met Raven in real life, hung out with her, all that stuff. So they ask her, can you get in touch with Raven to call them? And she's like, okay, fine, I'll do that. Hopefully I can get her to call you back later that night or something. So after hanging up, Nev thinks Veronica is Jesica. Raven then all of a sudden calls a minute or two later, saying she can't FaceTime. Shocker, like big shocker. So Nev assumes she is Veronica, calls her out on it, and hangs up. So they meet up with Reese, let them know what they found out. They then reach out to Raven, wait for her to get back. Then later that night at 10:15 p.m., Nev gets a text saying, or asking if Nev can talk. Goes to Kamie's room, says, yes, I can talk, and then he gets call from this Raven person, saying, all this weird shit, like, yeah, I can meet up, just as long as Reese is open to being adventurous, because I'm kinky, and all this bullshit, but won't say what the kink is, and just being all around weird. So she's like, yeah, I'll meet up in New Jersey the next day. Call Reese, fill him in, and the next day they meet with Raven at a local park with Reese. And Reese is like, why do I feel like I'm in a horror movie? Because you fucking are. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, because you fucking are. Literally, a lot of the time when Nev and Kamie, or Nev and Max, or Nev and one of the many co-hosts that he's had on the show, go to meet up with the catfisher, with the catfishee, it's always like suspicious in some way. And look what happened in episode 65, where Casey met with fucking Mike. Like, he asked her to meet up in a fucking barn. And if the camera crew and Nev and Kamie weren't there, I shudder what to think would have happened to Casey if she had gone by herself. Because, goddamn. Because, I mean, you're going to meet up in a rundown fucking barn, and it's just weird. Like, it's giving Dateline, I murdered my ex-wife's play cousin down the way in that of Chris Gore or something. I don't know. Some just giving like Dateline type of shit, and it's like horror movie stuff. Like, it's just weird. So yeah, you're in a fucking horror movie. Okay, you're in a fucking horror movie. Anyways, that's besides the point. Once they're there, they see this person standing there, and it's a whole other person. It's not this Raven chick. It's a man named Remy. Turns out, Reese had gone to a club, and Remy was there with one of his women friends. And Reese had bought Remy and his friend a round of drinks, I think, or a couple round of drinks. And so he liked the look of Reese, and so he was like, I want to get to know you more. But instead of coming as he was, as what he actually looked like, he he used the Jesica profile, which he had already had made by that point, and the reason why he had the Jesica profile was because he wanted to see if men would be cool with dating another man, because at first they seem straight, but turns out they're actually bisexual or just straight up gay, and so instead of just and Remy's tried going going as himself to towards a guy, whether it's through Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and they've always, well, I don't want to say always, some of them have gotten pretty nasty towards him, in the way that I guess they just started calling him all sorts of names and derogatory names and all that, and so he felt safer to go in as a woman and then get the man to say, I actually am, I do like men as well as women, or I just like men, and so he then suggests as Jesica Remy, and so and I understand the sentiment of wanting to be safe and all that stuff. I get that sentiment. However, I feel like Reese said, that it was misguided, and the way he went about it was very misguided. And I'm glad Reese, didn't go left and then do anything out of pocket. So 2 months later, him and Remy finally hung out, because during the initial meetup, the initial and only meetup, Reese was like, now Remy, you're gonna buy me a whole bunch of drinks, because all night long you're gonna be buying me drinks, because what you did was, I deserve it. So 2 months later, we find out that him and Remy hung out, where Remy bought all the drinks and all that stuff. And Reese is now dating someone. So good for him for having moved on and gotten past all that and all that stuff. So Remy says that he is not using the Jesica profile and is going out and meeting people as himself, which I'm glad to hear. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that, because Jesus. But I mean, that was less dramatic than the Casey and Mike episode, for fucking sure. But yeah, so looks like on the next episode, it is a woman named, it is a woman named Kimberly, who is talking to this guy named Flavor. It sounds like a fucking stripper name, but hey, go off, I guess. And it's I think he's some sort of I think he's some sort of artist or singer or something, though. That's what the preview said. And so at some point in an episode, some guy who sounds like he's from some other country Well, I'm not gonna assume where. I'm just gonna just say from. It sounds like he's from another country. Is demanding that if they want to talk to Flavor, they have to pay Flavor to get on camera. Okay. Okay. I mean, hey, I'll watch the episode. I'm gonna try to reserve judgment, but my face is I know my face can't hide shit, so I'm trying to reserve judgment. I really am. So I'm just gonna watch it. Maybe I mean I probably won't get to it tonight, but if anybody who's watched it already feels like maybe this would be a good time to do a live reaction of an episode, I'll give it a try. I'll see if I'm up for it on Sunday, because tonight's Friday, so I got some shit plans for tonight to watch. So maybe Sunday afternoon or something I can try to watch it. But hey, I'm trying to reserve judgment, so I'll see you guys later.